Hello, my name is Keely, and this is my first sermon. This morning I was just praying, and I prayed. I have to speak to one of my daughter's teachers, because we're homeschooling, and I still do, I haven't done it yet, have a conference with her teacher on Zoom. And so I was just praying, God, can you speak through me? Can you give me the words to say to this teacher to help my daughter and to help her get what she needs to get out of this class? And after I prayed that, I sat down to my CBS book, and I was finishing up day 5, which just happens to be on Jesus and how Jesus speaks the words of God because God sent him, and he was speaking the words of God because that is who sent him. So, and also I read a verse later on that said that we are all created by God. So therefore I think we're all sent by God, and we should all be saying things that reflect what God would have us say. We should be like a conduit of what God would have us say and do. That's what we should be doing and living for. So this sermon I'm going to title it, What Beats Your Heart? And as a biology major, I noticed a lot of similarities between anatomy and the macroscopic world. So what's going on in your body is very similar in function and shape and form to what's actually going on in the physical world, to me. And to me, it's roads and highways kind of are similar to blood vessels and capillaries. You know, a driveway could be a capillary, and a car could be a red blood cell carrying oxygen and blood carrying nutrients to sources that it needs. That's kind of what we're all doing. We're spreading nutrients. We're getting what we need. We're going places to satisfy those needs and get our groceries and that kind of thing. So they're similar to me. But what is at the heart of your blood vessels? Like, where are you going? What sets it all in motion for you? Is it school? Is it work? What is your place that you're going to refresh those blood cells and get more oxygen and go back out? Because if you think about it, the heart pumps blood, and it pumps nutrients and oxygen all through all those little cells and capillaries. It's what keeps every cell in your body alive and bathed in nutrition and oxygen that it needs. Because otherwise, you notice if you take a rubber band and wrap it around your toe will not get the nutrients and oxygen it needs, and it may eventually fall right off because it's not getting what it needs. There's a roadblock there. But if you take the rubber band off, those blood cells will come back to the heart, and then they will enter into the lungs where they can get oxygen and then go back out into the body. So it recycles those things, and it goes through the organs like your kidneys and liver and eliminates waste. So your body is doing all those wonderful things. If you're looking at it macroscopically, so this world is in a one body. What is the beating heart? Well, folks, to me, it's the church. That's where I get refreshed. That's where my oxygen comes from. And that is where I get nutrients. That's where I get love, like a family. That's where I get refreshed. I get rejuvenated. That's where I thrive. So the church is the heart of my macroscopic body. That's what's beating my heart. Now, what is beating your heart? So in anatomy, we know that this lovely bundle of cells in the bottom of our heart, called the SA node, is where energy fires off and starts a heartbeat. Isn't that a gorgeous thing? A glorious thing? It's energy that beats your heart. And also, what is God? God's got to be energy, some powerful, mega powerful energy. So this powerful energy is right in our own bodies, right in our own chest, and it's beating our heart. So your heart is beating from this little bundle of energy from your SA node. So also in church, where I'm getting rejuvenated, that energy is coming from God. The energy from the love of all the people that nourish me are around me, and from the sermon that I receive, and from, my house burned down, and people sent me cards and letters, and I was just wrapped up in love. People sent us clothes and food, and it was just wonderful. It's wonderful outpouring of grace from human beings. That's where we're nourished, is the church. That is the heart, friends. That is the heart of our macroscopic world. And if it's not, I hope you will find a place where it will be. And I haven't been to church in many weeks because I'm worried about my family and I don't want them to catch corona. So I'm kind of starving. I'm the toe with a rubber band around it. And I am cut off. There's a roadblock there. And I just might altogether fall off the body. So I'm trying different ways to find my place. And I went to a radio church service that I really enjoyed at Cape Carteret Baptist. And I sat in the parking lot and I turned the radio on and I heard the music, and I love hymns, good old hymns, because they stick to your ribs. That's the kind of nutrition that we really need. So I listened to those hymns and I heard the sermon, and it was like somebody took the rubber band off and I was coming back to life. So anyway, that's what beats my heart. And hopefully I'll get to go next week. I'll get the opportunity to go next week. And we can turn this thing around. And I won't be blabbling on YouTube about how I'm starving spiritually. But if anybody out there is starving spiritually, please let me know how you're overcoming it. Because I'm doing my best trying to go to a radio one to keep my family healthy. But we'll see how it goes.